No, come on. All right, now we go. Okay.
Okay. You sound so good today. Good. Now open up to ah.
Okay. Start on ah or? Oh, okay.
Good. Your ah was a little far back.
Okay.
Bring it just a little more forward.
Okay.
Good. Your E you don't need to bring forward anymore.
Okay.
That you made pop even more.
Okay.
Actually, the E, just pucker it, round it out a little bit, and then the ah bring forward and pop.
Okay.
Good. Now again, now that you've kind of got it. Good. And that sounds like young. That was a very young, like a lot younger, like 20s sound. Now let's age you up a little bit, but healthfully. And it's okay if your opera filters in.
Okay.
Good. Now use the bite of the young one, but keep around that placement. There. That placement is where your natural voice wants to be. Yeah. Now you can young it a little bit by bringing it even more forward. Try that. Yeah. That youngs it down.
Okay.
But that's the difference between the two, but they're both healthy.
I figured for me, if I err a little bit when I'm practicing on the side of too forward, it will even out when I perform. That I probably won't do it that forward when I really sing.
We'll see. We'll just have to see.
Anyway,
but I would have to agree with that statement for sure, especially since it's a new concept for you.
Yeah.
And then it'll get to a point where you might err too far, and then I'll be like, okay, let's reel it back in.
Yeah.
But that's great. That will be a fabulous thing for me to have to say. Okay, now let's go back to this note. Yan, 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 yan.
Yan, 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 yan.
Does that feel a little bit better now?
Yeah.
Okay, go yan,
yan.
Oh, but don't forget your technique as you go up. And also space here. Form a ah.
Oh.
Good. Good on the way down. Good. Now you have a pretty decent amount of support, but just tuck it in just barely, like microscopically.
Okay.
See, now it's easy to play with, right? Now keep the ah happy.
Okay.
Good. And that's still a darker ah, but it's well placed. But let's do a brighter ah.
Okay.
Like princess. I'm wishing. I like that you did, so you went like this, but that helped you immediately get that happier sound, and then you put your lip back down and fix that, but still kept that. I like how you did that.
I'm learning.
That whole process happened, and it was beautiful to watch. Okay. 3 times.
I don't know if I can do it that fast. Okay.
Good. Let's do it together. I'm going to go slow, and then I'm going to go faster, 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 okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that was good. And so you can only do that if you keep it loose. The minute you're getting too tight by swallowing it, or by trying to fling it, or by putting it here, like any of these 3 habits that might pop, or even just a tongue or an ab placement, as soon as that's out of alignment, you're going to feel it or hear it almost immediately that you won't be able to get fast. So I'm going to give you an exercise, and I'll just sing through it. Okay, so that's the exercise, but we're going to do it on all the notes. We're going to start slow, and we're going to get faster. So I'm going to do, you can take twice as long to do it. I would do it one time with the exercise, but if you want to take twice, you do like you would for your aerobic movies. Pause them and go your pace until you can do the fast wiggle, is what we'll call it. Okay, so do you hear how I'm sliding?
Mm-hmm.
I instinctually did that because I could tell that this note and that note were not, this note was not set properly for me. And so that's another little trick you can slide into this. This one, it's okay if it gets just a little heavier because you're going down into your low mid. It's a little bit heavier sound naturally anyways. My voice wanted to stay in passaggio. Even down here, like it was coming, it was transitioning, but I still felt more passaggio, even down to here. And then, so this now I was like, no, I could go, no, but that wasn't right. So now you have a few options for this transition. The best one is obviously keep it really smooth into it and actually transition completely to your low mid voice right here. But if you want like a distinct, like this is your sound and then this is your sound, you will, it's okay if it goes but you have to be able to slide transition really fast. So it will be better if you don't have as big of a transition. So see how much smoother that was? Because I'm out of shape, you can really hear it, but that time you could hear the smooth transition there. You'll have to do that. So for me, I would have to spend probably like 5 minutes a day working through this part of my range, and then all the way down. I'm only just going to work. I just worked all the way to here, but you can copy and paste higher and lower.
Okay.
I just mostly want to focus on this because of these main transitions that you're doing right here, and just giving you some extra notes on that.
Right.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that and what this will graduate to is something like blah 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 blah, where you're doing vowels, you're doing consonants, and you're still keeping it connected. So before you even get to that, and then getting into those different voice registers.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, let's get into your song.
Okay.
This is not your song.
No. Oh, and I brought you a gift. You wanted a copy of that.
Yes. Thank you.
What is that?
You're always giving me gifts.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's see. So here I made. Oops.
I'm gonna grab my water cup.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and sing through it?
Which one?
Well, let's do. Which is your voice gravitating to right now? More Unexpected Song or Les Mis?
Well, we're gonna do Les Mis or not. The other one. Bibbidi bobbidi boo, I want to say, but it's not bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
That's like a diction exercise.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo. I put it in here. Okay, where is it? Oh, let's do Think of Me first. And I might wear out by the time we get to the other one. And it's right next to this. It's this one. It's Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Okay.
So let's do Think of this one first.
Okay. And right now, let's just check how warmed up your octave here to here is. You, I. Good. Even more sort of. Now just you. Good. Now I'm going to give your voice the benefit of going slow so you can feel through every note to transitioning in from here. Okay?
Okay.
Good. On here, remember to channel the power into your lips. You.
Never heard you say that before.
You.
Oh, channel the power into your lips.
Of that.
That.
Yep. Channel the power into your lips. You. Yeah. You. Good. That's so much more in tune and solid. Okay. Now, promise me you'll try.
Promise me you'll try.
I love how you just snapped into that. Like you went like, oh, my placing's wrong. And then you immediately fixed it. And then you were there all of a sudden. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Do that again.
Promise me you'll try.
Good. But let's get all the way. Not 90%. Let's get 100% into that.
Promise me you'll try.
Yeah, and it should feel as easy as possible. Not you, like flung. Not who's back. You, like I said, power to the lips there. Ready? Again.
Promise me you'll try.
Good. Now revel in this note.
You'll try.
Yeah, don't even think about the L's for a second. Yeah.
Promise me you'll try.
Yeah, and you still said the L's and it sounded glorious. That was gorgeous. Okay, so let's start at the beginning.
Think of me fondly when we said goodbye. Remember me every so often. Promise me you'll try. It's a little faster than I usually sing it.
Yep. Well, I want to get through stuff today.
All right. Okay.
Also, I wanted you to just remember the switching. I'm trying to see how fast you can switch.
Okay.
You're doing a fabulous job. Like, if I were to rework this page, the only thing I would add to what you were doing is just the energy. Like, remember me every so often. And making it sound fresh even without breathing there.
Okay.
Think of me fondly when you said goodbye. If you have to breathe somewhere to keep the energy fresh, do so. think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. If you have to sneak in the breath there, do it.
Okay.
But if you can do it without, then great.
I think I decided I would breathe there.
Think of me fondly. Okay, if you do that, don't repeat breathe there. Don't make it a habit. You want it to feel very authentic, like you're telling a story. So, think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. Remember me every so often. Like,
Okay, well, I think that's fine because there's a comma there.
Yeah. So just shake it up where you breathe.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
Awesome. And those are, I don't think we need to go back through that. I love how warmed up you are on those notes. Let's see if you can carry it into this page.
Okay.
Ready for On That Day?
On that day, that not so distant day, when you are far away and free, if you ever find a moment, spare a thought for me.
Beautiful. Your Passaggio range sounds so good right now. That sounds so good. Okay, let's skip.
Okay. And though it's clear, though it was always clear, that this was never meant to be.
So young.
If you happen
job.
to remember, stop and think of me.
Good. When you get to remember, it's okay that your vibrato was good. It's just your support was a little shaky
Okay.
and I could hear it.
Oh, okay.
Keep the support solid. Remembering is a solid thing. Oh, I remember that.
Okay.
It's not like I kind of remember. I remember.
Okay.
It's starkingly. Yeah.
Okay.
There.
And though it's clear, though it was always clear, that this was never meant to be, if you happen to remember.
That was better. I could tell you were running a little out of fumes there.
Yeah.
Where are you breathing before that?
That this was always
Though
meant
it's
to
clear, though it was always clear that this was never meant to be. Breathe.
Yes. Okay.
And take a full breath. Like
Okay.
even if you have to cut this note completely in half.
Okay.
Take a huge breath there because even though it seems like it's calming down support wise, it can't.
Okay.
If you happen to remember, stop and you can sing straight through it, or you can take that breath that it's allowing you to.
Okay. All right.
Okay, let's do that again, just for sculpting purposes.
And though it's clear, though it was always clear, that this was never meant to be, if you happen to remember.
Not big enough breath. Let's do never meant to be.
Never meant to be, if you happen to remember.
Yes. Okay.
Stop.
That is the solid support I want. Now
Okay.
can you do support with sculpting? Do you want it? Okay, how do you want to do it? Choose. Do you want remember? Or do you want remember, stop? Or do you want remember, stop?
Probably that one.
All three of them are fine.
Okay. So probably this one you just
So that means
gradually
you
build, right?
That means you're going down. So naturally the energy is going to feel like it's going down. That means you have to put twice as much energy into it.
Okay.
Remember. Now that has to do not with your upper diaphragm. The upper diaphragm, the only thing you need to focus on was what we did for support training, which you just fixed.
Okay.
But that means you also need to add in your second diaphragm. Boom, down here. Did you know that there's supposedly 5 diaphragms?
No.
Research, look it up. It's a revolutionary thing. I found it myself only because I was looking for the second diaphragm, which I had only recently heard about in the last year and a half. And that it makes sense on so many levels. Why? But this is the main one that does most of the control. But here is where you get volume control and shaping. It's your lower one mostly. You can do a little bit with but it's too big. It's the big fine tuner. It's not the little fine tuners. So go and squeeze at your lower ab for more support there. For the like that extra juicy sculpting. Okay. If you happen to remember, stop
and think of me.
Did you like it?
No.
Do it again.
I have to go home and work through that.
It's all good.
Okay.
Let me try it. Hear it from you again.
Okay.
If you
happen, okay, I need
Sorry.
to breathe there. If you happen to remember,
to your support stopped. You stopped your support for just a split second and
Okay.
sabotaged some of your support.
Okay.
Okay. Happen to remember. Breathe. Stop and think of me. Good. Yeah, you're so talented and you're so advanced in your voice that you no longer can get away with, oh, good support. No, now you need to think good support. And where am I going with the no? Okay. One more time, and I just want as much passion into this part as possible.
Okay. If you happen to remember, stop and think of me.
Much better. And I know as you work on it, it'll get better. So your greatest trial is going to be this to this note.
Yeah.
The reason why is because people are used to breathing. You happen to remember, which you can do, but I recommend don't. If you happen to, and the other thing is, I think part of you wanting to go back a little bit in volume, that's fine, but to go back in volume without releasing your support.
Okay.
If you happen to remember, yeah, so dynamics without destroying
Okay, so
support.
good to go. Build. If you happen to remember, then come back down.
Yeah, you can do it that way too. Yeah. So you decide where you're going to do it. If you're
Okay.
going to go down in volume here, yeah, you have to fight twice as hard to keep the support.
Well,
there.
no, I was going to go up in volume here
Happen
and then
to
come down here.
Good. And that actually will help prep for re a little bit better because you can do what's like called, well, it's not called, I'm just going to call it something.
Okay.
It's called kind of like a false support tightening. Like, so happen to, if you were just getting louder on that note, to, this wouldn't necessarily move. It would stay pretty much the same. It's the lower ab that would be doing any adjustments. Happen, and also like positioning in here. Try that real quick. Do you feel that? Yeah. So if you were getting louder there, you're not necessarily getting tighter here specifically. Now go. See how you have to go a lot more in? Okay. Now there's something where you can do where you can go to, where you're like doing kind of the in between notes, but it happens so fast that other people don't hear the scoop.
So you're saying put the...
It's almost a scoop, but what causes the almost scoop is just you going gradual tighter instead of you're going yeah, and then you're also using your lower one. You're using your whole body to channel energy in, which you would do from soft to loud. So try that. See how much more supportive that? So it preps it super well. Okay, now let's use it together. If you happen to remember, stop and think of me. Ooh, that was beautifully sculpted. It sounded fabulous. Yeah, so that's just a little trick. It's you're kind of playing with both diaphragms at that point, and you can do that all like whenever to support the next note. But if you were doing the opposite, the reason why that was difficult before is because for some reason volume as you wanted to go down, and which is okay because sometimes if you're expressing, if you happen to remember, that's a cool fact too. It's gonna contradict what your body wants to do naturally. It's gonna want to go. Ooh, that's just naturally because it's going up. But that's what talented singer can separate that as needed, if needed. So cool.
Okay, don't jump ahead too far because we've got this part that we haven't done anything.
To think of August. Okay, let's get into it by doing this one more time, and we'll just go straight into it.
Okay.
If you
happen to remember, stop
bigger breaths.
and think of me. Think of August when the trees were green. Don't think about the way things might have been.
Was it technically correct?
Probably not, but
actually, it was there.
I want to hold this longer than I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
I need to. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's make it younger, like you're a little tap into your younger side.
Okay.
More fragile than the whole rest of the piece. This part needs to be the most pure, innocent, beautiful out of the whole piece. Better than even the ending. Like this, even though the ending takes the show, this part is also one of those things that takes the show. And it should be focused on twice as hard, in my opinion, than the ending.
Okay.
So I want you to think of each note as light and floaty. Think of August when the trees were green. Good, except for your support wanted to also wig out with it. Keep the support with the note. So for high notes, that means even if you're going light and floaty, it needs to be still tucked in. Yeah, that's better. Again. Okay.
Think of
August. It's of. Yeah.
Think of August.
Yeah. Because keep in mind, this one is like, I feel like even though it's American, it's also very British. I mean, you could go think of August. You can get away with it, but it's even with that, there's still a natural awe back here. If you tap into the awe, it'll give you that extra leverage.
Okay. Think of August.
Just go think of.
Think of.
Think of. Think of. Don't even think of the F. Don't think of the F.
Think of.
Just hold that. Come on. See how it's just slightly out of tune?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do slow it down and go back to the scooping. I want you to get used to those exact fillings between those two notes. You need to spend probably at least a 2-minute exercise this week to fix that.
Okay.
And then after this week, it should be pretty fixed.
Okay.
It's gradually tightening.
Yeah.
Feel like you're laughing. Good. Now there's a little bit of what's called honking happening. That's what's causing the delay. Just know that it's perfectly placed and you don't have to try. Okay, it's not perfectly placed, so let's perfectly place it. Abs. A little bit tighter. There you go. Now more ah in the back. A loose ah. Good, a warm ah. Yeah, you want it warm and inviting. Those words I just said were key and pivotal to you getting that ah sculpted back there. Now, let's see if you can go from writing the notes into and just have the right support and ah space back here. Almost. More warm back here. Trust yourself. Yeah, again. Good. Still. Now bring it more forward. Loose. Good. Smile a little bit. There. That warmed the sound right up. Think of. I don't think you've noticed noticed this, but in the movie, at least the one that's the most popular movie, which is the most recent version of Phantom Opera, she kind of smiles a little bit. Does she need to smile to get that note? No, but it encourages warmth in the back if you apply it to the back. So, think of August. And the reason why you can also get away with it is remember how all vowels go to A eventually. She's on not on the lower end of her passaggio. She's in the middle, which can technically sometimes count as like the higher part of your passaggio, which is which is also right next to the head voice, which is more ah, right? So you can put a little ah influence, just a touch right here.
Okay.
Not too much.
So, we've really been working on when I sing up here to pinch my lips. If I smile, do I pinch my lips too, or I just smile?
Both. Ah!
Oh,
Ah!
oh,
Good. Corners of the mouth. Don't think about this as much. Ah!
oh.
So passaggio, when you first get into it, so the placement's really good. Now let's see if you can do it in different relaxations, different types of tension and relaxation on your lips. So try it with the corners right together. Yeah. Now let's go spread a little more spread. Okay, so the is warming it up. That's good. The ah is helping with the height. You need a in between. There you go.
Oh,
That's pretty.
So
Really
open
pretty.
my mouth more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And sometimes helping draw attention to lips or different things can help with different things, but for this note, I think, because especially from the gentleness, we need to focus more on the warmth. Good. Let's do vowels only. That was gorgeous. Do that again. Yeah. Good. Now with the to keep that exact same setting, now just stick some consonants.
Think of August when the trees were green.
Good, but keep the vowels just as loose. You kept it pretty much, but the second half you start getting tight.
Think of August when the trees were green.
And think about the trees in this statement. When the trees were green, does it kind of give you a little bit of like the trees are being blown through, like, and they're fresh and luscious and green, and they're blowing and healthy. Yeah, so do that with your voice. Think of that extra spin. Okay, that fairy tale-ness. You're telling a story.
Okay. Think of August when the trees were green.
Good, but the second half I lost it a little bit. Keep the magic all the way to the end. The point of this is not just August. It's about the trees and how green they were.
Think of August when the trees were green.
Good. The only thing you lost, this was beautifully placed, just think of. Yeah, it doesn't sound as pretty as of. It sounds too unrefined in my opinion. Okay.
Think of August when the trees were green.
Good. Now with extra flow and woo. Okay.
Think of August when the trees were green.
Yeah. It's coming along. So work on that.
I'll
Let's
work
keep
on
going.
that. Oh, let's.
Don't think
That's-
about.
I'll work on that.
Okay.
Now let's go to this song and start this song.
You don't want to touch the ending?
No, we'll save that. Because that's a whole lesson, probably.
Probably half a lesson.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Well, let's start. This is the one you want to work on right now?
Yeah, just for a few minutes. I just want to see where to take it. I mean, I've just
Sounds
started it.
So let's get back into your low man real quick. Good. around the buzz. Good. Let's get into the key. Nice. Okay. Let's hear it.
Tale as old as time.
Good again.
Tale as old as time.
Good.
True as it can be. Believe in friends when somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change, small to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared, Beauty and the Beast. Ever just the
Same. You can go same if you want, but I would go same. Now it's not going to be comfortable because it's not Sam, it's not say, it's A. A is in between. Same. It's a vowel that we can embrace. It's a secondary strong. It's not a primary strong. Primary strong vowels are a lot of our a, e, o, u. Even a is a primary strong. But there's vowels that are in between vowels, like between o, u, o, like for could, for example. Could. It's not could. It's not cud. It's could. It's right in the middle. That's a secondary strong. Same for this one. It's a secondary strong here. So we need to make it as strong as possible and not be too far here or here because that's not as strong as these or the middle. Let's get in the middle. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay. So say go between e and e and just find your inner balance. Does that feel good?
Okay.
Same. Now let's get it on the pitch now. Same. Wasn't that a little stronger?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So that's what we do with our vowels mostly. With how we iron out like part where our voice is placed. Well, this is where the vowels place. So it's another dimension to throw in there with you. Okay. Go ahead and start on Ever Just the Same.
Ever just the same.
That was pretty, but it needs to be more in the low mid range. There you go.
Ever just the same.
Good.
Ever
Spend at least
the same.
30 seconds going and then never just the same, never just the same, and just do it a few times. Yeah.
Ever just the same.
Yeah. Yep. So at least 30 seconds doing same, just and finding the middle.
Okay.
Same, and make sure you like it. If you don't like it, then you're gonna feel kind of Canadian. Same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ever just the same. And then it'll come out nice and clear.
Okay.
So about 30 seconds, find it, and then practice just say same, ever just the same, and do different variations of that to get you.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. Ever a surprise.
You're thinking about the I too hard. Prize.
Prize.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ever
a surprise. Sir. Ever a surprise.
You could do it, but I feel like it sounds a little hickish in my opinion. So do
Surprise.
Yeah.
So.
I rarely hear people say surprise. Ever a surprise. I mean, they might in England also do it. I'll have to double listen for that. Type in, how do English say surprise?
Somebody in England say surprise.
And it probably depends on the dialect too, because there's the not proper.
Okay, that's a question.
Yeah.
Ever a surprise. Ever a surprise.
Yeah, I just do
So.
It's a little
Ever
cleaner.
a surprise. Even if I say so. It sounds like sir, even though I'm saying sir.
It can, but it's probably because you practice it so long with the R.
So
You've colored the with the R. But get rid of it. So, ever a yeah. Put a Y. There. Ever a surprise. Yeah, the reason why is because it was clean. It doesn't say like ever surprise, right? So you can always tell if you've like practiced a vowel a certain way with the R, because if a similar vowel doesn't sound the same, then you know that one of them's been tainted. You might want it to be tainted on purpose. I don't know, but I personally wouldn't put it in.
Okay.
I'd so.
Okay.
Never as before.
Oh.
It's okay. Just keep going on.
Okay. Ever as before, and ever just be sure, as the sun will rise.
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 That one you did better, but it's still the I came in too soon.
Rise.
Yeah, don't even think of the I until the very end.
Okay.
Okay, keep going. Good. Do you want to do that?
I don't know.
Okay. Also, I think that the whoa is meant for the pop version. Whoa.
Yes.
I think it's a pop thing.
Yes.
So if you were singing like that, then whoa. You have to make it almost prettier just to like match it in classical. Like it has to like swell. It can't just be like whoa. I'm kind of pretty. No. Whoa.
Okay.
If it's not gonna be words, it has to be extra magical.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Good, just you. Is that the volume you want to do it at?
I don't know. It says mezzo forte. It doesn't. I don't know what the increase or decrease was. Should
I would just, once again, I mean, you can just listen to the fill for it. Yeah, I would go. Especially when you're going to move, I would do a little crescendo before you move, and then into the move. Ooh, and then you come back on. Ooh, kind of like that. Also on the ooh, don't get tighter. Ooh, if going softer gets you tighter, but you rather you stay louder. Ooh. Mm-hmm. And you can treat it like classical Broadway, and make it seem a little poppy, but still be in classical, which is just a little more.
That's new material for me. I've never done anything like that part before, so we have to work.
Sounding great though.
Okay, just
a lot. This is your 5-finger scale right here. All of this song. So if you ever want to skip steps, as far as like you need to do your 5-finger scale and you're not just working on one vowel at a time, this would be a good place to do it. And then actually ever just a shore, and that will warm up your vowels. And oh, come in. Is it locked? It might be locked.
I don't know. I think grab it.
No,
It's not locked.
hello. Come in. Mind if she sits in for the last little bit? Or
No,
let's see on.
no, but it says about 6
Go
o'clock, I
ahead.
think.
Have a seat. Woo. But yeah, this sounds great. And what I like also about this placement is it also teaches you it solidifies what you're already doing between your low, mid, and passaggio.
Yeah.
So this is a really good warm-up song for you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those swells, that will be a really good opportunity for you those oohs, to really focus on sculpting. So when you play with those, I want you to start playing around with your lower diaphragm a little bit while maintaining wherever this is supposed to be. So if it's a higher note, obviously more. If it's a lower note, more. If it's holding the same note, keep it steady. But I still want ooh. Watch my mouth when I do this. Ooh. So there's a little bit of changing in placement as I get louder because there's places that just resonate louder.
Okay, look that way and do it.
Also, even though I'm doing ooh, I'm putting a little more o into it. Because ooh is more open in the back. If you get both places open, a stronger resonating point pops.
Okay.
And then the other thing I'm playing with is my lower abs. Let me see. Show you my lower 6 flabs. Versus up here, it's not. See how that adjusts the sound? No, lower. It helps me get louder without changing the pitch.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Awesome. Okay. Should we wrap it up on that?
Yeah, that's 6 o'clock.
Man.
Yeah. See, I knew we had to switch to this song. Got a few minutes of.
We might just have to have a
guidance.
15-minute timer so that way we cover at least 4 main points. And we cover lots of points within the time.
Yes, I think we did.
We did great though. So
And
next
a lot of
lesson,
warm-up time,
what
so-
would you like to gear towards? Maybe you write it down too. 'Cause
Okay.
Then you'll be better prepared.
Okay.
Yeah, just write it down. And I can take control too. Like I can be like, this is what we're doing. Like it might be good to revisit our 10 steps. One thing I noticed at the beginning is your breathing was not quite ready to go. It got there, but it got there as a result of the sport, not the other way around. So maybe revisiting your breathing this week would be good for
Okay.
you. Just step 1, thinking about the bottom and top of your lungs. Maybe having your husband or someone hold the hands there and push out, that kind of thing.
Okay. I'll work on that then.
And then, yeah, we can do anything like revisiting the steps, more songs, whatever.
I'll try to think of where I want it to go, but if I don't, I'm
And
happy to
divide
have
it
you
maybe into
guide
4
it.
quadrants too, if you
Okay.
do. But yeah, I can definitely
You
take
always come
control.
up with great stuff that